Okay, we're ready to go.
All right, I'm Andrew Flint.
I'm Jack Harrow.
And I'm Jack Roberts.
And we're all business students with a common interest in baseball. And we think that Latham Park should extend the protective netting surrounding the field. Shoot the computer, dude. So our recommendation to improve safety at Latham Park is to add netting, running right here and then on the other side of the field. The additional protective netting should be erected on either side of the field, and this will prevent foul balls from hitting any cars or people watching the games. So netting will be right here and then over here, and this will protect the in-goal parking lot, which is used for football, soccer, and baseball players. Anyone can use those facilities, and having the netting there will provide basically just make the whole facility safer for everything.
So what we'll be covering for the rest of it will be materials and cost for the project, student and property safety at Latham Park currently and how it will change with the netting, accessibility of the Ingalls parking lot and Bank of America Drive during the construction of the net. Something important to Elon, the long-term sustainability of the netting, and finishing off with our plan of action. So the materials for the project, so we would need a 30-foot tall by 150-foot long netting right there, and the netting would be made out of nylon instead of another material like polyethylene, which is a common substitute. Nylon is a lot more durable, it can take a lot more foul balls, and it holds up a lot better in outdoor conditions. Also, we would need 8 steel poles that are about 30 to 31 feet tall. These steel poles, they last for a long time. They don't rust, and they can handle hurricane force winds, because that is a problem that we've had here the last couple of years. So the cost analysis of the materials and contractor. So Elon has contracted the Chrisman Company for a lot of its past projects, such as the Shar Center, and currently they're working with them for the Inn at Elon. So we would talk to the administration about the prices they get for them and let them work together. But for the netting, it would be $926 for each of the 30-foot tall by 150-foot long nets, and the price for 31-foot tall by 5-inch steel pole is $825 per pole.
So student safety and property damage at Latham Park has become an issue in the recent years. A lot of batted balls flying out of the stadium may pose a threat to students and to students' vehicles or factory vehicles parked in the parking lot. Like I said, most of the foul balls travel in this area and this area here, which is down to both foul lines and then into the Inglewood parking lot. And the net would prevent the majority of those foul balls going into those areas. And then those are actually also down this line, and the first base line is the most common area where most of our spectators stand during games. And just to show you an example of the danger with foul balls without protecting any of those areas is a video.
The volume might not be your volume.
Oh.
Yes, hold on. Pause the video then.
The Dodgers are good. Look out.
So yeah,
You can see his reaction, and that was a small child was actually hit on that foul ball. They clocked it at like 100-something miles per hour off his bat. So it's a real danger to spectators in the stands.
yeah, so that area where the ball was hit net just now was right here, exactly where we do not have a net. A lot of our guys get hit in that area in our field as well. And, another thing to add to that is with the, destruction of property in, the parking lot as well, a lot of students and faculty who park there, assume that a foul ball that hits their car would be covered by insurance with the school, but it's actually not. So, I think the net would, cause a lot of tension between, the university and, whoever's car got hit.
Yeah, and when you attend the games, they even have, when a foul ball's into the parking lot, there's a sponsorship for a, auto repair shop that will fix your windshield
Yeah.
when the ball's going with foul.
Every foul ball announcer says it's sponsored by Allen X Glass, so. And then, yeah, accessibility during the construction phase. So the Ingle parking lot, like we said earlier, in Bank of America Drive, that's the Ingle parking lot in the area where construction machines and whatnot need to get in. And the same over here on Bank of America Drive. So both of those would probably need to be blocked off for the duration of the construction. And, this can, you can get around and access this area if you just go around, but that whole road would probably need to be blocked off. And several of the spaces in Ingle parking lot would also need to be blocked off. And, the Ingle parking lot already has an issue with, parking, like in the overflow. So a lot of people have to park in the Shaw Center. And then, with Elon's long-term sustainability master plan, we, discovered while reading the master plan that, three different aspects of, their master plan would concern us in this project. The first one is the, materials and resources conservation. Just making sure that we're only using as many materials and resources that we need to, properly, construct this project. The second one is site protection, just meaning that no wildlife or anything is harmed, while just having that, sustainable conscience while building. And the third one goes along with the last two, is the green purchasing and green building, just making sure all the materials, meet a certain standard that Young University, holds itself to.
So yeah, just finishing up with our plan of action. We would start by, if we were approved, we would start by meeting with Dave Blank, who's the athletic director, Kyle Wills, Senior Associate Director of Athletics, John Keegan, Director of Facilities, and Brian Feely, Director of Alumni Engagement. So we would be able to figure out the timeline and when we want to get everything done. We would then fundraise for this project, during baseball season with ticket sales and concessions. We'd also have donations and fundraisers. That's where Brian Feely would come in really helpful with fundraisers throughout the spring semester. And then we believe this project would take about 3 weeks to a month, so we believe it's the best time to do it is probably right after baseball season, if we're able to raise enough money. So, thank you. Are there any questions?
So like, do we have, like, for a better understanding, do we have to pay for the broken glass or the ball?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like if you go to a baseball game, you park your car in that parking lot.
Unless your own personal insurance covers it somehow, but Elon University wouldn't know way to pay for it.
You get like a little discount from Allen X
Yeah, that's
Glass.
all you get.
Yeah.
Welcome to our company.
Yeah. And the funny, like, Andrew and I are on the team, and, I'd say every game or any live simulated practice we have, I'd say at least 2 or 3 windshields or cars get hit in some way from the field. So, and that's, 56 games a year and however many practices, it's a lot of games.
Not less. Julian, did you have a question to ask?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get at least 2 or 3 other questions.
Would you come up with the timeline for the time it would take to construct the?
That's kind of like that would be like including like we believe like after we're done fundraising, like getting the contractor to come and stuff. It's not all just like working like the time constructing the net, but it's like very tall, so it would take a little bit more time than people like you would think with a 30-foot high net and 150 feet long. Because you would have to cement the poles into the ground, so it would take a decent amount of time.
Why do you think they haven't like done it yet?
Just not enough funding, I'd say. Actually, going back into that video we showed you earlier, was about 2 weeks
Oh,
after
yeah,
that.
it was right when they went on right when they went on a road trip, the New York Yankees extended their netting down after, the child was hit, to start protecting the fans.
One more question? Anybody? No questions. Thank you, gentlemen.
Nice job. All right, so,
And we grabbed an extra.
you have an extra back there?
Yeah.
So just one for your team? All right. So, Derek, why don't you start with some feedback for this group? What did they do well?
I thought the slides were very clear. There wasn't a lot of writing per slide, like per line. Like kind of had all like the 7.7 rule. There was no lengthy run-on thoughts.
Right? So, good amount of balance there, yes. Yeah.
I really liked when they were showing the pictures of actually the baseball field and how it was very clear like where the danger was and like where the nets would go. It was very clear.
I love that you use those safety cones as a device to show where the problems are. And that was a really nice idea that you added into, and didn't just, circle it. It really said, okay, danger areas are right here. I'll take this.
All big baseball and everything, it was clear that they actually cared about it, and they were it's not just ending the project, they actually they see it every day, that something gets hit, and it's a real issue, so.
And they told us that right from the
Yeah.
start, right? We all have an interest in baseball, so there was a commonality, to it that felt right, it felt appropriate.
So throughout I had some questions, and then at the end, the last slide, it answered all the questions with who they're presenting to and the fundraising and all of that answered it. That was good.
I like that you looked at the, sustainability plan, you didn't just mention it, you went and looked at it. That really showed a whole lot of homework from my point of view. It showed that you took the, assignment seriously and really cared about what the audience, how they would feel about it. And the way you talked about it, you fit in, your recommendation with what they say they're all about, right? So, very persuasive. That one over. Did I miss anybody's? Dee, did I get yours?
We're just following that.
Yep, I'll wait for you to finish. Yes.
I was just gonna say that they all had a lot of knowledge about their subject and were very passionate about getting the job done.
And there's some points where you could have made more eye contact, but I think the knowledge overcompensated for that. The fact that you really had a good grasp of the cost, timeline, how it would be accepted. I think it raised at least my eyebrows that if your windshield gets broken, there's no liability. I think that at least it would be shared.
Because we looked at it after you told us we should do it from and we looked at it and they don't cover anything, so.
That to me was surprising. So I was, how did you find that out, by the way? Did you just?
Well, it's just,
I asked my coach.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that's how they covered it,
Oh, that's good. So, using the resources you had there to kind of pull it
you would
together.
think we would know that we don't park anywhere where we think, we park all the way in the back of the park every day,
So nobody can hit you.
yeah.
Is there anything, things they might have done differently or better? Cameron?
I wouldn't do it different. I think it's a really good plan because people instantly back that up too, because that's something that's needed to be implemented, so people can relate to that. So I think that's a good point.
Yep. So, two things I would say to you guys, and it's on your feedback sheet. That slide about the safety, that probably needs to come earlier in the presentation. It just seemed a little out of order, because you were talking about the plan then. And then I did see one typo, so use your spell check, you'll find it. All right, so, and fix those before we submit. Okay, good. All right, so.